Good morning, Facebook. It's me. I'm back. How y'all doing? I realized that the last time I did my live, I had my headset plugged in, which is why you could not hear me. So hopefully you guys can hear me because I was spitting some stuff last week. You know how I do. But I promised myself that I was going to come on here weekly to just kind of spread some love and some encouragement and just kind of talk about my week and what's been going on with me because I was challenged by a friend to do so and also God. So anyway, um, okay, so this week has been nuts for me. I'm still transitioning, still trying to figure out a lot of stuff here in Nashville. Um, and it has been a bit comical, um, just with me and God and just trying to obey and do what I'm supposed to do. And real talk, y'all, it's been a bit of a challenge for me, not because I don't want to obey God. It's just sometimes you get in these circumstances and you're like, okay, God, what am I supposed to do? But every time he is gracious and he definitely works it out for me or allows me to work it out, orchestrates my steps. Cause honey, this girl right here, KB, she is nothing to be played with. And so I have just learned to just sometimes I have to sit still. Sometimes I have to be vulnerable. I was in this I was at brunch on Sunday with my cousin. It's a place called Cinema here in Nashville. Amazing spot. It's black owned and it is amazing. The food's amazing, the atmosphere amazing. I guess it used to be a theater. We had the most fun ever. It was so fun. But anyway, toward the end of our brunch, these two guys that were sitting next to us, which we had noticed, he just said, he said to us, he said, "Can I say you ladies are just gorgeous? I mean, you guys came into the restaurant and there was, you could feel your presence here." And me and my cousin had looked at each other because I had told her that earlier I saw this on Facebook where the girl was like, the next time a guy tells me that I'm beautiful, I'm just gonna go, yes. And he's gonna say, "Oh, you're beautiful," and I'm gonna go, yes. And so I just told my cousin about that. So when he said it to me, I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." Like I'm not that person, like that conceited person or whatever that the girl was trying to perceive. But anyway, he went on to just start speaking to my cousin and just talking about how um there's some blockage there. I mean, he just started talking to us about us and I was like, whoa. And so he just gave my cousin all of this stuff about her, which was right on point. We had just talked about it. So maybe he could hear us. No, I don't think he could hear us. Anyway, so then he got to me and he said to me, he said, your strength, the strength that you have has made it hard for you in relationships because you will not be vulnerable. You will not let your guard down because you've been hurt so much and that it stems from your childhood. And I was like, whoa. Like that hit me like a ton of bricks because I was like, with my childhood, like I had an okay childhood. I'm not, my childhood wasn't perfect, but I didn't think that there was something in my childhood that has followed me up until this time regarding my relationships, not only with males, and when I'm just not only talking about boyfriends or husbands or anything like that. I'm just talking about in general. He said that because of your strength, you will not be vulnerable enough to allow certain things to happen in your life. And for me, I was like, well, that's a good thing. I'm not gonna, I ain't no punk now. Like I'm going to, do what I need to do to protect my heart. And especially recently, it's been all about protecting my heart. Um, but ever since he said that to me, I've been thinking about that, like, whoa. Like, have I blocked some things because I could not be vulnerable enough, or I could not um, let my guard down enough to show the genuine me? And so then what does that mean for the other person? How does that make them feel? Like I don't love them, or you know what I mean? Like, so there was a lot that I was like, oh my God, this is okay, this is great. But that's all I've been asking God for is I'm like, God, help me to see me so that I can do the things that I need to do to heal from whatever is keeping me from going down the same path that I've been down in my relationships, and anything that I do. I don't want to do the same thing and then I'm expecting something, a different outcome. Definition of insanity: expecting doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And so I just have really been praying about that. And I've been asking God to make sure that the people that He brings into my life, that they are um, people that are invested in our friendship. You know what I mean? And there is a thing where there's a back and forth, where we're genuine to one another, right? And so for me, every time I talk to somebody, every time I somebody brings something to my attention about my character or what they see in me, whether good, bad, or ugly, I try to really, really dig deep and figure out what this really means because I want to heal. Um, and if me not being vulnerable has not allowed me to heal thus far, then that's something that I need to look at and focus on. And I was so grateful that he brought that to my attention because I know that for me in a relationship, especially in a male female relationship, I'm because of my past, and I have been hurt so badly that I know that I come off as this. No, I got it. I can do it. I can do it on my own. Like I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. And I think sometimes that has um, put me in a position where I'm looked upon as hard, or she don't care, or and that's not who I am. But perception is everything, right? If a person perceives you in a certain way, that's just how they perceive you. Um, and one could say, well, that ain't my problem that they perceive me in that way. No, it's not your problem, but it is something that you need to look at and try to figure out if that person is important to you or if these things keep happening in all of your relationships. So for me, I have chosen to go, okay, whatever God brings to my attention, however it comes to me, whether it comes from a perfect stranger, which what is his name? I'm having lunch with him on Thursday. He's a really great guy. Franklin. His name is Franklin. And he just moved here. And so we were just kind of talking, and I was just like, okay, God, like, when I meet people, um, and this is not, nothing about being in a relationship or whatever. Real talk, Franklin's gay. But you know what I mean? It's about when people, that first interaction with people, if it's good, if it's positive, I want to get to know you. Like I want to, you know, so so yeah, so when he told me that, I was like, wow, my childhood. So I've been just kind of, it's been a reflection weekend. At first I'll be real honest with y'all. I was like, I'm so tired. My psyche is tired. I'm tired. Shout out to Jay McHale for my cap from Jay McHale, my daughter's business. Anyway, she's a designer. Plug for Jasmine. La Colombian. I digress. See, but I didn't want. I heard him, and that happened on Saturday. No, that was Sunday, and I was like, phew. And I'm at brunch, so I had me a couple of drinks, so I got a little emotional afterwards. Then I get home, and then me and my sister have just a little teach of a little thing. I was like, oh God, okay, I got to work through this, like because Satan is gonna use this to try to defeat me because it sparked something in me that made me really want to dig deep. Satan doesn't want me to do that because then that's my way to healing. And I'm like, okay, cuz I'm going to heal, I got to do this. But it did take me a minute. It took me a minute to embrace the fact that even though I think for me, I also was like, dang, you know how, not that I did not say that I always believe 50-50 in a relationship as far as when it has gone awry or when it is strained or whatever. Like I try to take full responsibility on my part. But what if you don't know all your parts? What if you don't know all the things that you were responsible for that made that relationship fail? And then suddenly you find out, oh crap, I was doing this whole time, did not realize it, and this is how it probably could have affected that person. Yeah, sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, especially if you pride yourself on taking responsibility, as I had. Like, no, I'm taking responsibility. I know what I did wrong in the relationship, and I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix my part, but I can't fix his part or her part or whatever the case may be. And I'm just gonna do my part and da 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 da. And then all this time, there's some parts that you didn't see. There's some parts that you were oblivious to on your end. Then how do you deal with that? So for me, it just took a little bit of time. It took a little bit of time, but that's okay. I got it, and God has truly been like, they say be careful what you ask for because you just might get it, right? And so I just been praying like, okay, God, I just want you to show me the good, bad, and the ugly. I want to be raw to my within myself. I want to share the things that I need to share to help other people so that they can do what they need to do for themselves. And I mean every day it's just been a learning experience. It's been every day it's been something that God is teaching me as I do my quiet times in the morning, as I read my Bible, the scriptures that He is taking me to. And look, I'm not trying to be this person. Oh, I'm not trying to be that person. I'm still Kalunda. I still have me a couple of drinks. I still have fun. You know what I mean? But I do realize that there's a place that God has to take me, and everybody can't be along for that ride. He told me that a long time ago. No matter how much I wanted them to be there for the ride, everybody can't roll with you. It's just not gonna happen. And so, but wanting to, get to the top, wanting to be at a point in my life where, um, I feel like, okay, I'm doing what I need to do. And it comes in stages. I think we talked about a couple of videos ago, I talked about how much I am at peace now. And again, that doesn't mean I still got a lot of stuff going on. I got stuff to work on. My life is, there's still parts of me that are, you know, not where God wants me to be. But guess what? I'm at peace with that. I'm not in turmoil anymore, feeling like, oh my God, what am I supposed to be doing? Why am I not doing this one? Because God has put me in a place of peace, knowing that He's given me grace and that I should give myself grace. You know what I mean? Like, I got to really give me grace um, in this time, in this moment where I am going through all the things that I have gone through, and people certainly have gone through more and will go through more. But I'm talking about me and my story. I could be at a whole different place right now. I could be doing a lot of different things. But my choice is just to be who I need to be for God, to be the woman that God wants me to be. Um, and who knows how long that's gonna take, all I can do is say that I'm working toward it. I'm working toward being a better person and doing things the right way. Um, and people who I've hurt along the way or offended or somehow, got on their bad side, I apologize. You know, I am moving in a way where I'm no longer going to let my past dictate my future. And I'm no longer going to feel guilty about the things that I've done in the past, because one thing about me is I apologize a lot. When I know I've done something wrong, I don't mind saying I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And really genuinely feeling sorry and bad about what I did. So one thing I do know, that the people that I've hurt or wronged or whatever I've done to them, I can almost say with certainty that at some point I've apologized for my behavior and tried to make amends and do things right. I can say that for sure. Okay, it's Tuesday, y'all. I got this trap band workout tonight. How y'all doing on y'all workouts? I last week I did 3 days. Um, so this week I'm shooting for 3 days again. Cause snap back, but y'all better get ready for the summer, cause the world gonna open back up. Now we might not be able to leave out the United States because Biden done come in here and he done put some restrictions, which is good. They can't come in here, and we can't go over there. I'm okay with that. But there's a lot of things to do in the United States. I'm thinking about going to Florida, Florida Keys. I was reading an article and looking at all these beautiful pictures, and in my mind, I thought, this is somewhere, exotic out of the country. It was right in the Florida Keys. So for spring break, guess where I'm going? Florida, not Miami. I'm going to Florida, and I'm going in the Keys. I'm gonna find me a nice little private beach, find me a little what do you call it, a little bed and breakfast where I can just be spoiled and be waiting on Hannibal. And I'm gonna take me 3 good days and just go and do me and be on my dime and do what I want to do as far as relaxing. And I'm gonna act like I'm somewhere out of the country. Y'all better do so. Y'all better get it together. Tuesday is February the 2nd. It's Black History Month. Well, I mean, Black History Month for me is all 12 months. But if we want to shine the light on Black history in February, so be it. Um, it's Tuesday, February 2nd. Make it a great day, y'all. Do some things that y'all, that you've been afraid of. One of my Facebook friends, he did mountain climbing or cliff. He did cliff, but he was talking about how he was so afraid of doing it. You could tell by the video he was afraid, but he did it. He did it. Once you overcome fear, that's it. You've overcome that fear. Imagine if you just start a list of things that you're fearful of, and then you just start checking off the list, checking off the list, checking off the list. Satan tries to use fear against us. So when we're afraid of something, I thought about what he said about me being vulnerable, because I was vulnerable at one point in my life, and the person mistreated me and didn't treat me well, and I said I would never do that again because of fear. But everybody ain't the same. You know what I mean? And so just trying not to allow, again, your past to dictate your future or your present, um, and taking those things that you're fearful of off your list. Just doing it. Just do it. You know what I mean? And so I challenge you this week, something that you're fearful of, something that you're afraid to do, whatever it is, do it. You got it. Do it. Once you do it, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's it. I've been all this time. That's it. Most of the time, it's like that. Not all the time, but most of the times it is like that. Okay, guys, I got to get some work done. I'm grateful for this platform. Thank you to all who have listened, who will come back to this video. And I hope and pray that something I said, did in this video will help you to move forward in whatever you're going through, or for you to dig deep in something that you're like, I know I need to tackle that, but I'm scared. That you'll do it, that you'll move forward in. Happy Tuesday. Have a fantastic week. It's your girl KB. I'm out. Oops. Just playing. I'm out now.